Hello, grade 4. This is Miss Susan and good morning. Today's topic is we're gonna learn how to measure and draw angles by using a protractor. Lesson 11-3.
How can you use a protractor to measure and draw angle?
So that's what we're gonna listen and learn today. Hello, folks.
Say hi to my friend Farley. He just came by to tell me about a new ramp that the diner owner is building.
Hi, Farley.
The ramp will help people in wheelchairs to get to the diner easily. Farley is really happy about the new ramp. He likes to help people, and he might like to hop up and down on it. The ramp will be on the other side of that new stop sign. Let's take a look. To go up on the curb gently, the ramp needs to be at an angle that measures 7 degrees. But how can the owner be sure he will get the angle right? There's a special tool called a protractor that helps us measure angles. Let's find out more about measuring and drawing angles using a protractor.
We said before, the angle is the part of the circle located between two rays or two line segments. We use a tool called a protractor to measure this angle. So let's learn how we're gonna use it.
Let's help Emma measure an angle. Emma wants to make a clay sculpture of a dancer. Emma drew this angle to represent how the dancer's arms look. How can Emma measure the angle to find the measure of the angle formed by the dancer's arms? Let's unlock this problem. Measure angle FGH using a protractor. A protractor is a tool for measuring the size of an angle. Let's measure angle FGH using a protractor. To measure the angle, place the center point of the protractor on vertex G of the angle. Then align the 0 degree mark with ray GH. Notice that the 0 degree mark is on the inner scale. Next, find where ray GF intersects the inner scale. Read the angle measure on that scale. What is the measure of this angle?
It's 120. I can see it here clearly.
The angle formed by the dancer's arms is 120 degrees.
So again, how we can read an angle by using a protractor. You know the center of the angle here. It is G. So this is the vertex of the angle. So we put the vertex on the center of the protractor. And you have to be sure that you make the lower ray align with the 0 degree here. Okay, so the 0, we have two scales. We have the inner scale and the outer scale. 0 here is the inner scale. This means you will read only the inner scale. So the inner scale will be at 120 when it intersects with the second ray, which is GF. So that's 120. So that's the degree. And don't forget to put the circle up there. This means 120 degrees or 120 parts of circle.
Draw angle NOP with a measure of 72 degrees. Let's unlock this problem. Use a protractor to draw the angle. Begin with a point and label it O. You can use the straight edge of the protractor to draw and label ray OP. Next, place the center point of the protractor on point O.
Then we put the center of the protractor on the vertex of the angle, which is O.
Make sure to align ray OP with the 0 degree mark on the protractor's inner scale. Now mark a point at 72 degrees using the inner scale. Label it point N.
So don't forget to put the lower line with the 0 degree here. It should be totally aligned, properly aligned with that. Okay, then the 0 is on the inner scale, so you will use only the inner scale until you reach 72. 72 will be here. Just put a mark.
Finally, use the straight edge of the protractor to draw ray ON.
Then, after you put a mark, use the edge of the protractor to draw a straight line.
So you now have angle NOP that measures 72 degrees.
Is it 72 degrees now? Yes, it's exactly 72 degrees. And this angle is called NOB. Yes, it's called NOP. Let's see another example.
Find the measure of angle QRS. In order to find this angle, where should you place the center of the protractor?
What is the center of the angle? It is R. So the vertex of the angle is R. This means I should put the center of the protractor on the center of the angle, the vertex of the angle, which is R.
Good job! You should place the center of the protractor on point R. Which scale should you use to measure the angle? The inner scale or the outer scale?
Okay.
Select your answer.
Now see, you aligned the lower line with 0, which is on the lower scale or the inner scale or the outer scale. The 0 is here. Here is what, 180, but here is 0. So 0 is in the outer scale. So the outer scale is the scale that I will use, and I will omit the inner scale. So it would be the outer scale which I will use.
That's correct. You should use the outer scale because the ray aligns with the 0 degree mark on the outer scale. What is the measure of angle QRS?
Use the outer scale. Okay, it's here between 80 and 90. So I think it's exactly 85.
That's right. The angle measures 85 degrees. Now try your homework on your own with the personal math trainer. It includes the exercise you saw at the beginning of the lesson.
We need a protractor. Try to purchase it and try it
Thanks
at home.
for helping me work out how to measure the angle of the ramp at the diner. See you soon!
Bye, grade 4. See you tomorrow.